Good morning, stamping friends. How is everyone doing today? I'm doing great. The sun is shining and we are going to have a high of 69 today, so I'm pretty happy. I love it when it starts warming up here in Arizona, and I know I'm one of the few, but this is one of the reasons we live here. It is a nice climate most of the time. Well, today I have a lot to share with you again. I'm going to be sharing with you the projects that we used for our last month's online card club, and I just really am trying to share with you the types of things you're going to get. And so I thought maybe in my YouTube video it'll kind of whet your appetite, because this online card club is really the best way, especially to you who are out of town, the best way to get products and kits and projects designed by me. So I'm going to go over the details of this again, and you can click the links on my blog. It's not very expensive at all for what you get. It's only $38 a month, and you're going to get a kit that has 8 cards in it. The kits are cut for you. You get envelopes with it, and you also get at least $20 worth of Stampin' Up! Products. So when you figure that, $38 minus your $20, actually more than 20, because you figure I have to pay tax and shipping on that, and you get free shipping on this. And so really, you're not paying that much more for me to do all the labor for you and cut everything out, but I really am excited to share these projects with you. We used the Taco Fiesta stamp set last time, and I always try to design them that in case it's not your favorite stamp set, that you can easily substitute other products with your own stamps that you have. Now, I also offer a discounted bundle if there is one, or just a stamp set that you can purchase through me at a discounted price. So that always goes along with the projects that we make. I always choose one bundle or stamp set each month that I focus on, and all the projects are designed around that. So you just need to sign up by the 10th of the month. I have another one rolling out this month, and on March 10th is the deadline for March's projects. Now, this is a recurring payment, but you can stop and start as often as you want, and so it's just really easy. It's a PayPal system for collecting payments, and you don't have to even have a PayPal account. You can just sign up for it and pay through Visa or MasterCard or whatever credit card you want. So let me turn the camera around, and then I will share with you the projects. And then also we have project number 2 in our 6 weeks of birthday projects for you. Joey Hartman and I are teaming up for this. So this is week 2. If you missed week 1, there is a video showing you the project that Joey created, and then I recreated it on video. And then all you have to do is sign up for my newsletter, and then anyone on my newsletter will also get the PDF sent to you, so that you can, if you want to recreate it or save it to your computer, you can. So let me turn the camera around and we will get started with our projects. First with my online card club from February, and then we are going to make a new card, a new birthday card that I created for our 6 weeks of birthdays. All right, let me just review one more time really quick, because there's a couple things I forgot to mention. This online card club is a really good deal because each month you get a kit shipped to you. It's kind of like Paper Pumpkin, but it's my projects and designs. And you will get 8 cards in envelopes. It will consist of 4 card designs, 2 of each. And then each month I feature one stamp set or bundle, and you'll also get around the $20 of Stampin' Up! Products that will be included with your kit. Now, an extra perk that I forgot to mention is right here. If you are in my online card club for 6 consecutive months, you're going to get a surprise bonus in with your kit. And it'll be $25 in free products from the Stampin' Up! Catalogs, plus other goodies. And the stamp set bundle is not included in the kit. You can substitute with stamps from your own stash if you don't own it or you don't care for the one that I chose. But I do try to design these with that in mind, that if in case you don't like it, that you can use your own stash. And this is a paid for through a separate PayPal invoice that I'll send to you. So all you do to join is click on the link that I'll have posted, and you just need to sign up by the 10th of each month if you want to be in with that month. Once you sign up, you don't have to keep going in and re-signing up. It's a recurring payment. The only time you would need to go back in there into PayPal is if you want to cancel it. Now, the kits are shipped out by the 25th of each month, and then I also send PDF tutorials by the 25th, so you can have instructions how to make them. And then I will also announce the next stamp set or bundle that we'll be using for the next month. So I hope you consider this, and let me share with you what everyone got in the February kit. Now, a lot of times when people watch this video, they think this is what the next kit is going to be, and this is what they're getting. This is something that has already happened. This was the February kit, but I just really want to show you an example of what everyone got. So in their kit, they got a full pack of 6x6 Brights Designer Series paper. Really pretty prints. There's polka dots and florals, and there's a plaid. Let me see if I can, and stripes. Let me show you the plaid quick as well. Here's the plaid. So it's just a really nice assortment that I know you'll get a lot of use out of. The other thing they got was a full spool of black and white gingham ribbon. This is a 1/4 inch, and we use this a lot on the cards, so everyone got that. And then I split these up because, again, I had to stay within that $20+ budget, and everyone got 1/4 of these classic matte dots. What's nice about these dots are the white and vanilla ones. You can color with blends, and they will look like they're that color blend. So that's really a nice feature. It's a little bit hard to color these, but we used a lot of these in the class. So those are the products that you got. Now the cards, as I said, we used Taco Fiesta. So the first one we made was this cute little piñata card, and we made a little fringe here, and just really fun and simple. And then the next one we did a card, Long Time No Taco, and there's Designer Series paper in the background here that we use. The next one is a little Hello, You Spice Up My Life, featuring a little bottle of Tabasco sauce made with our bottle punch. And the last one we did was a little collage type card design, and it used many of the stamps that are in this kit. All right, and then, like I said, I always like to put a little treat in at the end, just not anything that costs a lot of money to make, but they're just fun. So last month was still celebration, so I included this. This was the adorable owl that was in with that. And then when you pull out the little tab, this is a 3x3 envelope, by the way. It's a cute little pattern. I was inspired by teammate Jenny Portnova. And when you pull it out, you get a cute little keychain that has the owl on. So I just thought that might be fun for everyone. So that was their extra little bonus for being part of the online card club. Today we are continuing our 6 weeks of birthdays with Lorri and Joey series. This has been so much fun. I haven't done this before, doing a 6-week little promotion on birthday cards. So this has been really fun. And the stamps that we're going to use today is Friendly Gnomes. This is the same one we used last week when Joey created one, and this week it's my turn, and so we are using the same stamp set. Now all 6 weeks will not be with this stamp set. Next week, well actually the next 2 weeks, we'll have a different stamp set, and then we'll close out the last 2 weeks with a third set. So you'll get lots of card ideas. All right, so let's start with today's project. We are using many different colors on our 6 projects, and I would just want to share with you the color palette that we're trying to base most of our cards on is the Brights Designer Series pack paper, and I just pulled out Daffodil Delight just to show you the different designs. So you would get the floral and the stripe, and then there's a nice polka dot and plaid on here. So all the Brights colors will have these patterns on them. And let me see, I think there are 40 sheets in a pack. And there's 10 colors in this family, and this is what they all look like. And so you will get 4 sheets of each of the different colors. So you'll get 2 florals and 2 polka dots. So that's how the paper works. All right, so for the card base, we are going to use Granny Apple Green, and I cut an 8.5 by a 5.5 piece of cardstock, and then I scored it in half on the long side. And then I'm just going to use my bone folder and make a nice crisp edge, and then we're going to start building on this. So for starters, we're going to take some basic black cardstock, and oh, I'm so sorry I didn't write the dimensions on the back. Usually I do that so I don't have to keep remeasuring, but this is 4 3/4 by 3.5. And then on top of this, we are going to put the Designer Series paper, Granny Apple Green. I'm going to use this the stripe side, and this will be just 1/8 inch smaller. So this is actually 4 5/8 by 3 3/8. And then you can just take your Stampin' Seal and adhere that to the black cardstock. Just center that as best that you can. All right, now the next layer that we're going to do is basic white, but we're going to set this aside just for a second, and we're going to build on this. Now, before we start, let me grab my silicone mat, because sometimes when I'm gluing, I'll get a little bit over the edge, and I want to make a border on this. Now, if you want to save paper, well, actually, let me measure this for you. I believe it's 2 inches by 4 3/4. You could either cut one a little bit bigger like that, or if you just want a top and a bottom border, just cut I did 4 3/8, or I mean 4 3/4 by 3/8 of an inch, and we're just gonna adhere it like that. So you can save some paper that way. And for this, I like using multi-purpose liquid glue just because you have a little bit of wiggle room if you don't get it on straight right away before it sets down tight. And just make about 1/8 of an inch border at the top and the bottom. Whoopsie. All right. Now we are going to use the dies that are called All Mode Alphabet, and I did pre-cut these before I started the camera. And this is basic black, and look at how teeny tiny skinny they are. And I think it's very helpful to use your tweezers with this, or if you like those adhesive sheets, you can use those as well, because the whole thing will turn into a sticker if you use that. And we're just going to put a little bit of glue on here. If you use too much, it's going to, you know, spread out, and then it'll make your card kind of goopy. So we're just going to center that, and I'm going to start with the H, and it needs to go a little bit higher. And now I'm going to start on the other end, because it's easier to center if you start on each sides and then move forward in the middle. So I'm just kind of guessing, but it's okay. I went, I don't know, maybe a little more than, maybe like 5/8 inch from the side. And just try to get it. Notice that I didn't do the A. We're gonna have the A replaced with our little gnome person. And I've used this technique before. I do like replacing images with letters. I made a similar one like this in our online card club before. And in case you're not familiar with the online card club, I do these every month, and they are so much fun because, oh, the sky's the limit. And each month for only $38, you get a pack of kits for 8 cards, and you also get $20 worth of Stampin' Up! Products. And I always tuck a little treat in there, something usually homemade or treat-like, and as a little surprise for you. And it's a monthly subscription, so if you're interested in that, please let me know. I'm already started on the next one for next month, and it's going to be a fun one. It's going to get us in the mood for spring, I can tell you that. All right, now we are going to stamp the gnome, and I'm just going to use basic white and Memento ink. So let me grab that quick, and I'm going to get some paper just so I don't ruin my backdrop here. All right, so here's our basic white and Memento. Memento is the best, actually the only ink, so that your blends don't bleed. And we'll just stamp that. And then I'll show you the colors we're going to be using. The palette is, I'll actually tell you light and dark too. Light polished pink, light and dark granny apple green, dark daffodil delight, and dark soft suede, and petal pink light. All right, we are just going to color this in, and I did color one beforehand, so I will switch to that. And also we're going to die cut this out. Now, the dies for this are not in the catalog, but they were in the mini catalog for the holiday of 2022, and they carried over. So make sure you look in the links to see what the item code, because this die set coordinates with the friendly gnomes that we're using. So that's kind of cool that they made them the same shape. All right, so once it's all colored in and done and die cut, this is what it's going to look like. And I left the little flower on purpose because we're going to put a little flower called Loose Flower Flourishes, and you get many in here. Look at how teeny tiny some of them are, but I had to choose the larger size because it covers up the whole flower better. So let me add that. You can either use a glue dot, or you can use some liquid glue, the multi-purpose liquid glue. I'll just use a glue dot so it's instant bond. And just place that right on top so the whole thing is covered up. Now, I don't like having a flower without the center done. So I'm actually going to take some of the classic matte dots, and these are kind of overlooked in the catalog. But the nice thing about these are that you can color these any color you want. I'm going to leave it white, but you know, I could pull in the green or the yellow, whatever you want, because blends will color these so nice. I'm going to take your pick tool and pick it up, and let's just put the center of the flower in there. Whoops. Oh gosh, maybe there's not glue in there. You know what? This one does not have glue on. I must have, when I peeled it off, left it. So if that ever happens, just grab your multi-purpose liquid glue and then just put some glue in there, and we'll just have it adhere that way. Sometimes that happens when you're taking these off. There we go. Okay, we'll set that aside and let it dry. And we're going to work on the front of the card a little bit more. Now let's grab this little piece. Another coordinating product that we're trying to use while we do our cards is the black and white gingham ribbon. And this is about, let's see, what is the width of this one? 1/4 inch. So, and the nice thing about this is you can use your blends and color this any color you want, but I do want the black and white for this card. And then I'm going to grab my tool again that I used before. You're going to see how easy it is to tie bows with our little tweezer here because it has such a tight grip. All right, so we're just going to tie this like this, get it the tightness you want, and then just, this is going to hold it down so it doesn't move. And now you have both hands free to tie that little bow here. You know how sometimes when you don't have a tool there, it tends to get loose while you're trying to make your bow pretty. I should have left a little bit more end here. I think I can get this though. There we go. And once it's tight, you can just let go of that. Let me pull my ends here. There we go. All right, now it doesn't matter the where the bow falls because we can easily shimmy that a little bit and just trim off your ends a little bit. All right. Now we're gonna hike this over a little bit to the left. All right, now the next step we're gonna do is we are gonna put that little panel on the front, and we are going to, we're not gonna raise this one with dimensionals, we're just gonna put it on flat. So let me get my adhesive. This part comes together fast. I want to raise it up a little bit towards the top. And we want it to go edge to edge, maybe down a little bit more. There we go. And if you didn't cut it perfectly and it goes off a little bit, just flip it over and just, you can use your paper snips and kind of trim it so the edge is exact with the base of the card, or the base of this layer, I should say. There we go. All right, now we are ready to put this on our card front. So we're gonna use dimensionals on this one though, because I like to do different dimensions just to give it some added interest. Whoops. It's funny, these dimensionals and dimensional backs, have you noticed them everywhere in your house? On our, sometimes on our team Facebook page, people will post where they found them, and it's pretty hilarious. I found them when I'm showering, and you just think, how in the world did they get there? All right, now if you want this down a little bit, you can move it. You know, we can still move it even after the card's done. All right, the next thing we're gonna do is, before we put this on, do you see how the little gnome is gonna replace the A there? And actually it kind of looks like the A with the triangle hat there. Perfect. Okay, but I do want to add one more thing here. We are gonna take a scrap piece of Designer Series paper, and within the stamp set, there's this cute little balloon image, and we're gonna ink up just the top of it because we don't need the whole balloon. I'll show you why in a second. And then we're gonna take our paper snips and just trim around this. Ooh, I really cut close to the edge. And just follow the line. There's not a die for this one. This balloon was not in the holiday mini, so that's why we actually have to fussy cut it. If you aren't familiar with the word fussy cut, it just means cut it out on your own. There's no die or a punch. Okay, now, because I don't have a string on there, we are gonna use make our own string. So I just went into my scraps and I got some baker's twine, and what I'm going to do is flip her over. We want this in this hand, so I'm going to grab a glue dot and put it on the back of her hand like that. And let's see, I want it to come, I want you to be able to see below it as well. So we'll make it go like that. I might have to trim it down a little bit, maybe not. And then, I don't know, just kind of guess about where you want it to go, maybe about 4 inches or so. And now we can put this on the card. I don't know how long I want that yet until I get it on the card. So flip our little gnome over and put a couple dimensionals on the back. Make sure you don't get that black string in it though. Our baker's twine comes 4 in a pack, so it's really a good deal, and it's all neutrals, which is what I love because I use neutrals a lot. And let's just put it on like this. It's all right if she goes off the page a little bit. Now we need to place this up here somewhere, and this is way too long, you can see, but what I'm going to do is first figure out where I want it and then just flip it over. And we're going to put one more dimensional on the back here, but first I want to put one more glue dot here because I want it to stay pretty close to the end of the balloon. Do you know what I mean? So put a glue dot towards the bottom. And then you kind of figure your length. I want the string to kind of, you know, move a little bit. So probably right about here. Like I said, I'll probably be trimming it down a little bit more like this. And then we'll put one dimensional in the middle here. And then just kind of help this move a little bit so you can see it's kind of 3D-ish a little bit and sticks up. Oh, that's cute to have it stick out that much like that. And then the florals will make it offset from the stripes we have going on. So there we go. All right, we are almost done here. The only thing we have left is to say something after happy. It's missing one little part, the birthday part. So I'm going to teach a little technique here. The only word birthday found in the stamp set is the part where it says, let me show you, wishing you the most magical of birthdays. Of course, I don't have enough room here, so all I want is the word birthdays. So the nice thing about Stampin' Write markers, and which, by the way, you can buy this one individually. The other ones you have to buy the whole family, which I highly recommend because these are the only markers that you can actually color on the stamps. But what I'm going to do is just color the word birthday, and the word on the stamp says birthdays, plural, and I don't want that, so I'm going to omit the S and just take it and color just those letters because I don't want any of the others to be on the stamp. And the way you double check to see where it's at, because sometimes it's harder to see on photopolymer, is watch this. Let me get most of it done, then I'll show you how you can tell for sure if you got everything. You flip it over and then look and see. I can see I need to go a little bit more on the Y. So if you can even color it from this side, hope you can, I'll zoom in on this so you can see. Okay. And then a little bit up here. I missed on the H. Okay. The next thing you do is huff. You just breathe on this and then stamp, and you'll get just the word birthday. All right, we are just going to take the Stampin' Write marker and just ink up the word birthday. Do not get the S in there. We only want the word birthday. Like this, Stampin' Write markers. This is sold individually, which is nice. You don't have to buy a whole family to get this marker. And then all you do is huff on it and stamp. And there you get the word birthday. Now, if there's any parts that seem a little bit light or you don't like, just take the journal end of this, which is thinner than the brush end, and the end of the Y didn't really come on, so I'm just going to go like that. All right, now we want to fussy cut this, and I'm going to cut like this. And we'll just cut a rectangle, but I do want to make it kind of a banner shape, so we're going to cut it straight and then do the other side. Make it as straight as you can, but it doesn't have to be perfect. If it was perfect, people wouldn't think you made it. They'd think you bought it because it was too perfect. So sometimes if you make mistakes, you just have to do that because then they know it's homemade. There we go. All right, you noticed I cut up the center first and then left to right and then right to left. All right, now we're gonna put a couple dimensionals on the back. I think for this one, we can just use the mini ones. And let's put those on. Get all this out of the way. All right. Now for this one, if you would like the tutorial, I will send it to everyone who's on my email list. So that's how you're going to get the tutorials for Joey and my projects that we do. We are looking for people who will sign up to be on our email list. So if you would like that, I won't be posting that on my blog. It's only if you sign up for my email. So I will be sending that out in the next day or two. And then I want to hike this down just a little bit. There we go. There's our happy birthday with our little Nomi there. Thank you so much. And everyone, if anyone has a wish list and you'd like to order, please use my host code when you place an order. And if your order is over $50, I will send you some Stampin' Up! Product in the mail along with a thank you note. It's my way of saying thank you so much for your orders. I really appreciate it. All right, well, join me next week where I will be featuring another birthday card. And you guys have a great rest of your week. Thank you again for joining me. Bye-bye.